are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good, thank you. Are you Tinyiko?
Yes.
Helen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Rose Sebata from Freedom for All Nations. I need to ask you a couple of questions. I need to talk to you. Can we sit?
Yes. That's it.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Greetings, Fano viewers, and thank you for tuning in to Fano Television, Raising a Greater Generation. This is the daughter of Zion, Sister Rose Sebata, and we are at Malusi, Hercules. I'm with Sister Tinyiko. This lady, a man of God, Brother Samuel Akin Bondushe, came to visit her village while he was evangelizing. They didn't come alone, they didn't come empty-handed, but they brought food packages with them. But the man of God, when he had an encounter with this lady, he then said to the lady, "You don't belong here, you should be in school." Let us hear her story. Sister Tinyiko, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Please introduce yourself properly to the viewers.
Okay, I'm Helen Tinyekomokureli from Malusi to Hercules.
While the man of God, Brother Samuel Akin Bondusha, came to your village, he then saw you and spoke to you about your education. Can you please tell us about that day? What happened?
It was Thursday, but I can't remember the day. He was here with some of the pastors. They were giving food parcels, and then he just pointed at me and said, "You, what are you doing here?" And then I told him that this is the place where I stay. And then he said, "You were not supposed to be in this place, you were supposed to be at school." And then I told him that yes, I was supposed to be at school. Yeah.
So that time when he spoke those words to you, you actually preferred to be at school rather than sitting around at home?
Yes, yes. Yeah. By that time, like, if it was according to me, if it was all about my will, I was supposed to be at school.
So that was through evangelism that you met with the man of God, Brother Samuel Akin Bondusha?
Yes.
Has any church ever visited your location before?
Yeah. There are many churches who used to come here. But because of, maybe I don't know, it's because of they were that places where we were not belong to, we didn't go with them.
Oh, okay.
So when Prophet came here, we just took decisions that we'll go to this church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they came, the Freedom for All Nations outreach people, when they came here, the evangelizing team, did they bring any food packages for you guys?
Yes, they brought some food packages and some clothes.
And clothes for the people around here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how many times have they been doing this?
Many times, and for food parcels, they bring bread on Monday. Every Monday they bring food here. Yeah.
Every Monday?
Yes.
So on that day that the man of God came along with them, did they bring just bread or a couple of things along?
It was rice. Yeah, they brought rice. Yeah.
So when they come, what do? Do they share the word with you? They pray along with you? What is it they're doing? Share with us the experience.
They share word of God, and then after they pray. If you have a prayer request, you talk to the pastors, and then they pray for you. And then after they give us packages.
What is your educational level achieved?
I passed grade 12 and I have N4 in management assistant. And then this course it ends on N6, whereby I couldn't finish it up because of financial problems.
Yes. So you were having challenges financially.
Yes.
That's what made you to stay at home and not study further.
Yes.
So when the man of God mentioned this word to you, how did you feel?
Like I was shocked because it was the first day we met. So I was like, how does he know about my schools and where I stay? So I was like really shocked, to be honest.
So are you ready now to be going back to school?
Yes, I'm ready.
He mentioned that he's going to help you study further. So what did you feel? How did you feel about that after he mentioned that?
I was happy. I was like, it was like my life is starting
To change.
to change.
Turn around.
Yes, to change. So it was like a blessing to me. Yeah.
On that day, after he told you about your education and mentioning the fact that he's going to help you, he invited you also to come to church.
Yes, yes.
So did you come to church?
Yes, he told me to come and see him on Sunday. So, due to the transport, I couldn't see him. And then the following, they told me to come on Wednesday. Pastor Emmanuel told me to come on Wednesday. On Wednesday I came only to find out that Pastor is already done with the service. And then I had to see him on Sunday, the following Sunday. That Sunday I couldn't see him because they told me that there are a lot of international visitors. I must come on the following Sunday. That's the Sunday where I saw him.
He told you on the first Sunday that you will be able to see him. Just come and see me on Sunday.
Yes.
You went, and the second time you also went, but you have been still unable to meet with him. What made you not to give up, but to keep persisting and going to church?
The thing that made me not to give up is because the first time when I entered that church, I felt like I'm at home. Like every person was happy for us. And then we were welcome.
So the first time you attended a service in Freedom for All Nations, you felt welcome.
Yes, yes.
And what is it? What else did you love the most about attending Freedom for All Nations?
Everything, like the people, they are open and like everything.
It was your first time meeting with the man of God, Samuel Akinbondushe. Why did you trust that he is actually going to help you?
Because he's the one who asked me about my studies. Yeah.
So do you feel like he's a different type of a man, that he's kind of a father, that you are able to trust him with the education and the promise that he made that he's going to keep in your life?
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, the day I met him, I felt like I have a father. I even came home telling my mom that, hey, I met this other pastor and I'm going to church. I won't give up. I'm going there. Whether people say whatever they like or whatever, I'll go to church. That's where I belong. Yeah.
So after your education that you are looking for, what is it that you are planning to change about your life?
I want to be a millionaire, to be honest. And then I want to build a mansion house, have my own cars, stay with my family. Yeah.
Earlier on when I was talking to you, you mentioned that you always believe that you do not belong here, you belong somewhere else in the city. Why did you feel like that?
Because like my mom, she grew up like in a poor family, and I can say she's also a poor person. She's not working. So by that, I just told myself that I won't grow up like my mom. I won't end up being poor. I have to change something in my family.
Looking at your background, looking at the place where you're staying now, I find in most cases that people who grow up in poverty, they adjust to it and they want to live and just accept the situation. Why you didn't do the same thing? Why do you feel like you want to study and change?
Because of my background, my home background. Yeah.
You believe in your future.
Yeah, I believe in my future.
So can you tell us, what would you say if you had a youth standing next to you from the same place where you live right now? What would you say to them?
I will say to them that there's life after death, so they don't have to give up. There's other people out there who are willing to help, so they must show themselves and then go for help.
As you heard for yourself, our viewers at home, Tinyiko's life is about to change, as everything and prosperity begins with good education. The man of God, Brother Samuel Akinbondushe, is willing to help her finance her studies until she accomplishes the goal, the educational goal that she's looking for. Now, right about now, we're going to talk to her mother. Mama, please come and join us. and hear what she has to say about Tinyiko and the scholarship that she received from the man of God, Brother Samuel Akinbondushe. Mama, Mama, please introduce yourself to the viewers. Just tell us, after the Tinyiko came home and told you that she received a scholarship from a man of God, how did you feel?
Just because the situation
So you were finding it difficult to finance her education?
Yeah,
yeah. So tell us, Mama, how many kids do you have? And Tinyiko is? She's the first one. So right now, Bophelo ba Tinyiko is about to change. So what is it that you have to say to the viewers who are watching?
Yeah, then so the track to rata mo ibolela shiona ke leboha modimo mo dilong tse leng tirelang tsona nna ka bona ka go bolela le dintseng ka sekolo le dintseng ka hospital just because ntse ke kore ntse ke paletse mara fela ke leboha moruti a nthusa o isa ngwana ka sekolo ke leboha o nna.
Amen. The Bible says God is able to do what no man can do. There's no situation that is too difficult for God. God can change any situation. If God was able to change the situation in this house by taking this little girl to school, God can also transform your life. Just make sure that you pray, and God that is able to answer your prayer will also answer your own. My sister, come and join me, please. Right now we're going to talk to Tinyiko's friend and hear what she has to say. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. Introduce yourself to the viewers. For how long did you know Tinyiko?
It's now been 4 years, if I'm not lying. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about Tinyiko. What type of a friend is he?
Tinyiko ke motho e lorong o phela a thabile a batla khupiseha like ke phela le na close and a utlwane le like ho rasa le tshwantsana tseo like since ke tlhakane lena ke motho e lorong o rata kereke rato share nna lena from day one na lena ko kerekeng le the time moruti atla mo pointa mo pele ha ka ne ke na le yena after atla ko nna mpotsa hore tsamaya ka ofela re kerekeng ra ya kerekeng le no re sa ya ko kerekeng and ko kerekeng ba re thusa ka dilo tse dintsi.
Yeah, you've been following her to church ever since
day one.
What did you find that is helping you spiritually or physically in Freedom for All Nations?
Sa mathomo he moruti ha tlo pointa Tinyiko all along ke le tshome ha ena mpotsa hore nito ya sekolong like mama ha ya khona hore a ka mo thusa hore a ye sekolong like nearly wish ya hae hore a ka bolla hape ko college.
Now that she was able to accomplish that through the Man of God scholarship, Brother Samuel Akinbondushe, how did you feel? Did you celebrate with her? Were you happy? Were you over the moon?
Re tsamaile re le thura ya officing ra yo collector receipt. Like I'm happy even now lena o thabile like a sa complain ka silo.
So spiritually you were also affected.
Yes.
You find yourself enjoying salvation. You now a born again Christian.
Yes.
When they came here to evangelize, were you born again?
Yes.
Okay.
Not yet.
You were not born again. So you got born again after the evangelism.
Yes.
Okay.
Since day one we were at church. Now I think it's 6 weeks back.
So do you love the life of Christianity now?
Yes, because like bantu serelo tse dintsi le nna go ntlong ne ke sna TV go kerekeng bantu sitse gore ke be le TV ba mphile TV like le diaparo ba refa like I don't feel like gore ke latlhegile.
Wow. What is your word of advice to all the viewers at home?
Like ne ke ba ne ke rata ba advise gore ba ka re followa ba khona go re followa ba le mo khaufi le rena ba tle le rena kerekeng a ba kobe mo thukoletseng la modimo. Everyone are welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks a lot.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Tinyika? Thank you so much. Mama, thank you.
Whoa,
Thank you, Mama, too.
everyone needs love, love, no doubt. Everyone is alone when in love. Come to Jesus. When it's someone.
So, where do you normally hold your cell meetings?
Yeah, every Thursday, there's 5 o'clock. That's where we meet.
That's why you meet here?
Yes.
To come and pray?
Yes.
Is there any pastors from Freedom for All Nations who come to join you for prayer?
Yes.
Pastor Ini?
Yeah, and Father.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now, when you had an encounter with the men of God, where were they standing?
They were there, but when they bring food parcels, they bring it
They brought it here. Okay, so this is where he prophesied.
there, down there.
You were standing there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is where you are holding your prayer meetings on. When is it every Wednesday?
Yeah, Thursday. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Okay, let's walk in a little bit and just see the place around. So when you're holding this prayer meeting, what would you do? Would you be standing here?
Yeah, we stand here Sundays because there are many people who attend this service. Yeah.
So it's a lot of people now who are attending the service.
Yes.
Wow, that is wonderful. We give glory to God. As you heard for yourself, these are the people who had an encounter with the man of God, Brother Samuel Akimbondusha, for the first time, and their life were fully transformed, not only spiritually, but also educationally. They are having something that they have gained. It's not by might, nor by power, but it is by the Spirit of God. The man of God is doing it because of the love of God that he has for the people. You also, what is it that you are looking for? What is it that you want God to do for you? God is a life changer. He can change your story. As you have seen with your own eyes that he is truly changing the life of this family, he is going to transform your life as well. Just keep watching Fano TV and stay blessed.
And our people have been doing evangelism all over until one day when I went there and a lady cried to me, said, what I want is I want to go back to school. We are all there, right? Is it not true? I said, I want to go back to school. I didn't answer. And God said to me, to take over that place, you must donate something. We are start donating bread, rice, but God said it is not about food. Donate into a life to bring soul. And I put off my mind. We are still doing construction, but that doesn't mean that we can squeeze. If we are building the building and we are not giving, this building is not the house that God is looking for. The house is I and you. We are building this one because we want to render our service in a comfortable place. Is that not so? If you are inside the sun now, what will happen? You could have left long time ago. But look at the way the atmosphere is sweetmalize your life. As you are sitting down, you even forgot that it's winter because the sun. So now we are giving somebody a scholarship to go to school. And we have given food. We have given different kind of messages. But at least somebody must rise to become a light in that community that will bring others. So we pick somebody from that community in order to tell the community that we are not a church that take from you. We are a church that give to you. And I'm calling, it's just quite unfortunate that when we got there, men we are not present. They are all absent. And when I went there myself, and I went with all of you, right? How many men do you see? No men. Maybe 2 or 3. And the few that are there, when you look at them, is beginning of fear. You will see dada head. You know, I use some language, dada head. And you will see some people, when they look at you now, they said, how are you, pastor? The first thing is the smell of this nyaupe. The nyaupe rise your nose. But we find one response from somebody here. And I'm calling the person now, Makuvele Helen Tiyinko. Is she here? Come. Hear this. When people are giving offering, Jesus sat down and started looking at the offering basket. Looking, observing. People they gave all they have, but a woman gave 1 penny. And Jesus said, out of all that you have given, you see this one is more honorable. Why? We are all there. People are collecting rice. But this lady came and said, I want to go to school. I don't need rice. I want to go to school. So if anybody there now is jealous of her, they don't know what they are doing. Because she make her intention to be known. I don't need rice. I want to go to school. Can you send me to school? Some of you are in the house of God. You don't know the reason why you are here. They ask, what can I do for you? Can I make you host? No, I've been here for 38 years. Who asked about how long? She's from this village where the church is donating. This church is feeding people every week. You must understand. Every week we are feeding people. It's part of the love of Christ. Every blessed week. Every Mondays, right? Is it not true? Feeding people. Hundreds of people, right? Feeding people. And when they are feeding, this lady said, no, I perceive I don't belong to this community because I'm wasting away. I want to go to school. And she said this when I follow them. Is that not so? And I said, okay, we will see. And I went to God and God spoke to me. As far as your eyes can see, we are giving you the certificate. Go and continue your studies. And I declare wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And you will finish your education. You will work in the government. You will come back as hero to come and develop that community. In the name of Jesus. It is settled. Congratulations. Congratulations. God bless you.